after the stream. I'm pretty pissed off today, so I don't know. I don't know if we should stream anymore, but I don't want to not stream because then the fucking bad guys win.
Well, first, hope everyone's doing well. Your Comic-Con was cool.
Yeah.
Bernard, it was awesome being there with you. I'm honored to always table next to you.
Yeah, it was really great to see you guys, even though I barely saw you guys. But it was good to watch the one game that Mets won.
Together at the table.
At the table. That was a memory that will always last. Well, they won 2 games, all right, but the one game we watched together. But thank God it's over. Not the games, the show.
Oh damn! I didn't see James
I didn't
Cole.
Yeah, I didn't see you at all, Sean.
I didn't see any of you guys because I was upstairs. And but all right, Bernard, do you want to give some context to what's on your mind? Just
I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give a quick recap
You
here.
don't have to say anything, Jerry. This is my own beef. You know, sometimes I have like beefs with things that I feel are not right. And this is purely my own opinion. In fact, everybody else on stream has tried to calm me down, to tell me not to be angry about this. And I know in my own DNA I have this problem where if I hook onto something, I gotta write it off the cliff. But it infuriates me.
but you can talk about it on the stream, right? I mean, it's just otherwise people just kind of left kind of hanging. And I don't mind if you talk about it. We can just talk about what went down, and then I'll contribute where I can.
And I'm trying to weigh if it's just because I'm really stressed out from work. That this is
well, that doesn't matter either. So if that's fine, that you're entitled to that. And,
yeah, but it's like
if
affecting.
it passes now.
But the stress from work is like affecting how I'm like the importance I'm giving this particular subject.
Okay, but it's how you feel right now, so that's fine. You can air it out.
How do people get over their stress? Do those stress balls work?
Ted Lasso says you count to 10, and if that doesn't work, you count to 10 again.
Or you can talk about it.
Low dose gummies.
A lot of breathing exercises, deep breath.
And the thing is, I'm waiting for them to go on. But
well, they should be on now, right?
it's just gonna get me more angry if I look at it. Kevin P. West, I'm so angry because Sam Laporte has been so horrible this year. I had to trade him away. This is a very a very special stream today.
This is the thing with live stream. It's live. It comes on when it comes on, and whatever state you're in is what everyone witnesses. But it's legitimate, so you can say whatever.
I'm starting to calm down a little bit. Welcome to the stream.
Not to change the subject, but in one of my leagues, I lost Brandon Ayuk and Deshaun Watson. Not that Deshaun Watson was my starting quarterback, but man, a lot of gruesome injuries this past week alone. Anyway, there's no second quarter, but
Red zone, Fletch.
I'm down whenever you're available.
Fletch. How come Fletch wasn't part of the fantasy winter beating trades?
Because Fletch is too important for us.
That's true. I was man, this show almost killed me. Oh man, I've never between the workload and also age, I've never had like hip pain before, or it's like knee pain now. It's like so I gotta take better care of myself, guys. That's all. But man, it's just yeah. I'm not walking at my normal. I walk fast, but maybe LA softened me. I'm not a go-getter I once was.
Who was that guy that had that TV show about training dogs? Cesar Romano? Is that his name?
Oh, yes.
I need a Cesar Romano right now to
like. Just spray water in your face?
Shock me out of this, current train of thought.
Well, I think everybody who's here, who's watching and listening to you right now, is here for you, and not anywhere else. So they want to know what happened in New York and your professional experience, and not what we're talking about, but maybe if you get started talking about just your time. And it sounded like everybody had a good time. It looked like everybody had a good time. Everybody was drinking without me, so that's fine. So I don't know if you just want to get started, with that and get your mind off of anything negative.
That's right, Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer. Sorry, guys. I don't think I've been this annoyed at something in a while.
P-Dub wants to know what booze I brought in. Bernard brought a bottle of Kavalan from Taiwan. We had some King Car and Kavalan Classic. We had some Nycc coffee, and we had some, crap. I forgot that Irish whiskey, and I have a bottle of it around the corner, but I can't get up right now.
How was the Irish whiskey? I didn't have any of that. Was it any good?
Oh, actually, yeah, I like it a lot now. It's not too expensive. It's like $70 or $80 a bottle. And it's pretty, like if you close your eyes and don't see what you're drinking, it tastes a lot like Japanese whiskeys.
Is it made from anything different?
I never even bothered checking. I should. Shit. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I got to see a few people from the stream. Jamie Odell, James Quo. I think it was just a bottle a day, though, Jimbo. But there were a lot of people that
You guys
were
drink a bottle a day?
Yeah, but there was a lot of people coming by. So
Oh yeah.
Before you know it, like a bottle is gone. So
Oh, are we talking about drinking on the floor? Sorry, I just got back to my
it was just a bottle a day, right, Jerry? I mean, and that's like that goes by real quick with people coming up.
Yeah, this was actually the least I've drank at a showing in years. I just didn't really feel, as we're getting older, I just can't do it that much anymore. And I don't know, maybe partially because I wanted to respect having Jeff Darrow next to me. But Jeff is the man.
Did
so
Jeff
yes,
drink?
That Irish whiskey is red breast. No, he doesn't drink at all.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah, you can't get drunk next to him.
Well, he was totally fine. He didn't care. But I gotta say, Jeff was just, it was so cool to be, well, first of all, I was just trying to explain to people, I had Jeff Darrow to my left and Bernard Chang to my right, and then Andy McDonald to the right of Bernard. I was obviously the one that didn't really belong there. But I gotta say, it was like to say it's an honor to be between sandwiched, to have a sandwich from Bernard and Jeff is
sandwich.
It was honestly, it was pretty awesome, and I felt like I learned a lot just being around those guys.
Hey man, listen, you're the meat in a Bernard Jeff sandwich. Okay?
Yes.
Don't put yourself down like that. You're important, buddy. Come on. Yeah, you.
Yeah, maybe you can tell us how you are such a celebrity magnet. Like I don't feel like that's great. Like they're very cool about it. It's like wanting they'll go to your art store and just hang out there. Like, hey, let's go see this guy Jerry. Like, no one's ever said anything like that to me. So I'm wondering, where is this charisma? What is this thing you have? This quality?
I wish I could say all the stuff Jeff was telling me. I really hate to say this, Stream. I hate when people say, I wish I could tell you, and they don't tell you. But I will tell you guys off stream, he was giving me so much comic gossip.
Oh, okay.
It was so awesome. It was seriously, like, he's just such a cool dude, and like,
dude, man. Game recognizes game, man. He knows he got the rip. Not just artists and everything, but sports stars and celebrities. They all come by your store to say hi. Come on.
Wow. Yeah, if you know Jerry, you're connected to the rest of the world.
But yeah, anyway, I got to spend, so I talked to Jeff probably like once a week, on average, I guess. And, but he lives in France, so it's not like we hang out. So getting to spend, I don't know, what was it, like 4 or 5 days with him, was really, really cool. And like, I mean, he brought presents for my freaking wife, from France. What a guy. He's such an amazing guy.
Why is he living in France?
He just got sick of chasing the dollar in Chicago.
Yeah. Home of Mobius.
Oh yeah, one funny thing was on Sunday, this like emo-looking Brooklynite white kid walks up to Jeff Darrow, and he's like, "Hey, anyone ever tell you your work looks a little bit like Mobius?"
Oh,
and this is on Sunday, so Jeff was sold out of all his books, right? He had nothing but a couple of originals on his table, and then Jeff's like, "Oh yeah, I like Mobius's work," And then the kid's like, "Do you have any books?" And just like, "Sorry, I'm sold out." He's like, yeah, sorry, man. I'm just a book kind of guy. This is nice, and maybe I'll see your work some other time.
Wow. Mobius is a fan of his work.
How old was this kid?
I mean, he must have been like, I don't know, 20 years old, I guess.
Figures.
Sorry, when I use kid, I mean someone that's under 30.
In alphas, or whatever they're called, right?
But yeah, Jeff is such a cool dude. I got like he gave me a ton of stuff from his super awesome friends too, like Arthur Adams and all that.
He had a line every morning. We got to the show around 9 o'clock, and Jeff was there already. What time would he get there? He was there before us every day, and then he
gets there at 8 every day. So I saw him there at 8 on Thursday.
Yeah, and he had a line.
Quite literally, the second, and I felt bad because he didn't want to sit at the table at 8 in the morning. He just wanted to walk around. But then he saw me, so he came back to like chat with me. And the second he started talking, then he sat down. And the second he sat down, I am not kidding, at like 8:05 a.m., there was a line of like 20 people at 8:05 a.m. for him. And it never stopped until he left.
Freaking royalty. One time I heard him tell this funny story, and that guy has balls. I mean, he did some project for Disney. Like there's one Disney cartoon that was a movie that was patterned after his work. So he would go there to have meetings, and he parked his car in the area that says producer, and he just parked there. So then when he was working, some guy came in, some guy in a suit, was like all hot and bothered. And he's like, "Who parked in my parking spot?" And then he says, "The one that says producer, who parked there?" And then Jeff Darrow was like, "Well, I did." And then he says, "What, do you see it says producer?" And he says, "Well, no, I'm producing artwork for this movie." And like he just doesn't care. I mean, I don't know where he gets those balls. Like he's just.
It probably doesn't hurt that he's like 6'5".
Is he still? When did he go by Janoff's?
Yesterday, and then he left for France today.
Wow, he went by Janoff's before going to France. Gotta get a little bit more Jerry time.
It was his birthday yesterday, and he came to our store.
His birthday with Jerry.
Yeah, he wanted to come meet my dad.
Oh my God,
that's awesome.
Man, you can just die now. What the hell? I once knew Barry Windsor Smith. That's all I gotta say.
Well, when are you gonna see him again? I mean, I guess he hasn't done that show since 2018. So
it's gonna be a little while, yeah. But it was funny because when he was at the airport today, he's like, "Hey, like, I hope you don't mind sitting next to me again." And I thought it was really cute. I think it was like on Friday. I didn't realize he didn't really speak to you at that point yet, Bernard.
Yeah.
So he was all shy and like timid. He's like, "Hey Jerry, like, do you think you could introduce me to your friend Bernard?" He's like, I really want to talk to him about art.
Oh wow.
Oh really?
That's awesome.
Like it was so cute, like he was like all like intimidated by you,
We only got to chat a little bit, mainly about like traveling. But fuck.
Maybe you guys should road trip to France.
Well, does he do shows in France, or does he not really do shows in general?
He does some in Europe. He needs to get out because the guy works so many hours. He's crazy. He's kind of like you, Bernard, in that he'll just like once he starts drawing, he doesn't know what time it is anymore.
Well, what is he working on now? What is he drawing these days?
He's just. I don't know if I should be. If I'm really allowed to say all this, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it a movie or is it book related, or is it? Can you say that or?
Well, I know about the book stuff, but he's always working on some kind of movie stuff.
And how old is Jeff? It's like late 50s.
No, I believe he just turned 72.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Hard Boiled came out when I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, that Hard Boiled is actually for its time. Like maybe we don't know him as well as we do now because it does Shaolin Cowboy. But at one point, Hard Boiled kind of pivoted the industry and it launched into a new era based off of that book.
Well, it changed a lot of. I think it was a very influential book for action movies too, the bullet shells and everything. I mean, definitely. I mean, I think it's what landed him the Matrix, right?
Well, what other books has he worked on? Shaolin Cowboy, Hard Boiled.
He did all those Deadpool covers that he hates Deadpool.
Yeah. There was also a Robot, Big Guy.
Oh yeah, Big Guy and Boy Robot.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I mean, it's got such a personal voice and all that stuff. I mean, it's not just that it's really, really detailed. It's like way more than that, because there are people out there who are really detailed, but there's that sort of like a little bit of that Japanese stuff sneaking in there, and also the ultra violence, and then the hypersexuality. I mean, it really is. He's one of a kind. So I mean, someone says he's like Mobius. He is, but also not
He's
at all.
very
like
much
Mobius.
his own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna drop some of the comic advice he gave me to the stream, because I think what he told me was fucking amazing. Everyone here can probably benefit from it. Kurosawa told him once that even in every frame or every panel, something should be moving. So like, instead of just having a talking head panel, you literally just have something as simple as a fly flying in the background or the foreground of that panel while the talking head is going. And he said, Jeff literally just texted me. And he'll just,
man.
He was just pulled aside at security. Oh my God.
Oh.
Does he want to come on stream from security?
if Jerry asks him.
He's at the airport right now. The time difference, you know.
Which airport? The France or the
France? Yeah.
Oh, he got pulled over for security. Did you sneak something in his suitcase?
Hope it's not bad.
But okay, getting back to his advice. So, always have something moving in every frame. Just because it brings life and motion to whatever you're doing, even if it's as simple as just a talking head. And then Jeff has always insisted to me that there should always be a story being told in the foreground, midground, and background of every panel. So don't just get, like if you have a brick wall, behind the guy, then have like a rat coming out of the wall. And if there's something in the then have a fly in the foreground. Just something happening in each level of the frame to create depth and a lot of different stories and a lot of personality and characterization, which I think is another piece of fantastic advice.
I think that point in itself is really what separates a lot of artists.
Yeah, the men from the boys, right? Seriously.
And it's a very subtle. John Paul would do that all the time in his work: foreground, midground, background. Something in extreme foreground would help frame the panel. Also creates a lot of depth. Most people just do midground and background. They don't really think about the foreground element. And Jim Lee has a lot of that in his work, a lot of foreground, midground, background.
Even if it's just smoke in the foreground,
Yeah, so there are keys to artwork that make things seem more dynamic. And what maybe kind of to a fan, they might just see something and get a feeling that it's exciting or dynamic, but not really understand the dynamics of what's going on to make them feel that way. And so it's a tool employed by a lot of artists, and in particular, I think you see it in Jeff's work. There's always stuff going on. Aside from it just being highly detailed, and you can basically sit at almost every panel or every page and just stare at it for hours to find little nooks and crannies and little things that are happening aside from just the main action. But that one thing, like all day Friday, I gave portfolio reviews. So that was pretty much my entire day was portfolio reviews. And some of the portfolios were not like, I mean, they're okay, but they weren't like, some of them needed some work. And I think this piece of tidbit of advice, I think would have, I didn't even get around to saying some of this foreground, midground, background stuff as much because I'm like focused on other aspects of like the work that needs to be improved. But yeah, this is a very key thing. I want to thank Dr. Midnight. Thanks for the resub with Prime, 28 months. James Quo, thank you for resubbing with Prime, 37 months. Golf Boy Sunday just resubscribed with Prime, 48 months. So we've been on, I think D. Rogers was 50 months. So we've been on here for quite a while. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this going. Is Fletch still here?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, I was wondering if your cell phone plan ran out of minutes. Fletch, what happened from your end of the show? You were all over the place.
Yeah. I had shit. I totally forgot to take pictures too. I always forget to take pictures of the booths. Anyway, I had Ghost Machine upstairs on the main show floor, and I had Distillery and Artist Alley, one of the associate sponsors, and Sandstorm was the main sponsor of Artist Alley.
Yeah.
So my floor, and Comixology was I had them come up press events and panels with them. So just running around between meetings offsite to handling all those different booths, different capacities. But yeah, feet are killing me, but and my hip, and I don't know.
Hey, Fletch, just so people know exactly, we always say like, oh, you're all over the place, oh, you're so busy. But I think it'd be interesting for people here to get just a little taste of your schedule during Comic-Con week. Like, what time were you waking up? What time were you going to sleep? What time were you showing up at the con, and what time were you leaving?
Man, well, different days and everything, but for the most part, I was there on Tuesday before the con started, as we got started construction of the booth downstairs for Sandstorm. We had to move some people in at Ghost Machine to take advantage of a couple of different programs that the Javits has, the show has for free load-in and everything. So
because it's a union place, right? It's a union facility, so the hours to move in is all regulated. How does that work?
Yeah, there are certain designated times to be able to move in, and want to take advantage of. There's free union labor, but of course, everybody who's exhibiting wants to, take advantage of free union labor, but there's designated time. So for Ghost Machine, it was Tuesday between 11 and 4. They had to have the van. It's only vans, not box trucks. I don't know if it's boring anybody, but the van. So they had to check in at 11 o'clock. My guy actually, we had a partnership with Midtown Comics, and their van checked in at 11. They didn't get to the booth till 5:30 p.m.
Holy crap!
Everybody wanted the free labor. So yeah, so that was one example. But the next day, I mean, Sandstorm also checked, but they didn't have as much as a wait. Distillery took advantage of the free program, but downstairs was a different check-in. It was Wednesday that check-in at 11 o'clock, and they actually, for downstairs, it was quicker. There was not many people setting up downstairs besides artists. So they were able to check in at 11:30 and got onto the show floor on Wednesday by 1:30. So within hours. So that was much more manageable.
Well, Fletch,
Yeah.
hold on. Aside from free labor, what is regular labor? What would they have to, like the union has everything that gets moved into Java Center has to be moved in by a union person, or
yeah, everything. If you're not taking advantage of the free labor, that means you have to ship everything through the advanced warehouse or direct to on-site, and that gets charged. I think it was $1.60 per pound. So if you have a big setup like we used to do at the old DC or a Marvel booth, they get charged by the pound.
Wow.
So drayage could be if you're selling 10,000 pounds or something, it's that's $15,000 drayage there.
Can you reveal, like, for the old DC booth at San Diego, where you guys had the big corners? There was a stage, and there was also display. Like the costume displays in the middle. You had like 3 or 4 signing booth areas, and then you had these big vertical banners. Like,
yeah, it was a lot of. It was very expensive. I don't recall the exact amount, but the bill was always substantial. Because
I would just say Fletch is freaking awesome at his job.
Well, thank you very much, Jared. But it was just a lot of coordinating, and having the right people on your team too really helps.
And having Fletcher around, it certainly helps a bit too.
Man, but this weekend was tough. Yeah, to answer your question though, Jerry, it's so I was there all day, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday too, picking up badges and sorting that out, and just Wednesday managing all the teams that were there to help with setup, building the booths. And Thursday really just had to be there. I had to be there 8:30 Thursday to meet up with brand ambassadors for Sandstorm, and the show doesn't open until 10, but we had to get everybody all sorted and make sure everyone's on the same page. And Friday was an off-site press event that started at 8:30, so I had to be there a little earlier there. Yeah, and the show doesn't end until 8 p.m. Really for me, because Artist Alley closes at 8. So I had to make sure people were there, staff, everybody adheres to the schedule I created and all that. So yeah, lots of fun. And my fun days, actually, Saturday night after a long day at work, we do karaoke. So karaoke till 3 a.m. on Saturday.
God,
Oh my God.
you're an animal, Fletch. You were out till 3 a.m. I was like dog tired at night.
I give myself very told everybody at work, the different booths on Sunday that, I'm not coming in until 11. I came at 11, so, but yeah, 3 a.m. You got to know your limits. Mine were, yeah, but 3 a.m. And then Sunday, waiting for 5 o'clock time, then we begin tear down. Everything wrapped up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, breaking down the distillery booth, where, Midtown broke down their portion of the Ghost Machine booth, and Sandstorm, the booth broke down on Monday, because I just had to make sure nobody walked away with our stuff. So yeah.
So are they using all that when they break it down? Then they're going to reuse all of that stuff.
Depends on the company. So at Distillery and Ghost Machine, I don't think I'll give away anything here, but it was we did this padding, usually padding, carpet and padding from the itself, but that costs like altogether for a 10 by 10, 100 square feet, it's like $1,000 to $1,500. So there's padding that you could buy on Amazon. Actually, it's a 3/8 thick or almost a half an inch thick padding, which is great for your feet, and that was about $120. So saving the company some money, and it looks good. It looks like wood flooring almost. And at the end of the show, we just toss it, with whatever's left over at the booth. So both in for Ghost Machine. Ghost Machine had
Wait, so you just threw it out?
Yeah, I mean, we could reuse it again, but really, it's just more about making sure shipping it back. And sometimes, it's been trampled on so much that it just doesn't. It wouldn't make sense. We tried that with Ghost Machine. It went from Denver to San Diego. By the time I got out of San Diego, I wasn't happy with it as far as it just didn't last, So it was just the overusage. So it's just good for one and done. It's much better than paying $1,500 for carpet and padding just for a rental. So to me, it's just like a rental. Be $100, $120.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't. That was part of your job too, to handle that. There's a lot to.
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
I mean,
you're responsible for so much stuff.
Yeah,
I remember.
Same thing with the,
huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing with the stools too. Freeman is the show contractor for whenever you want to rent furniture or equipment or something like that, or to rent labor at these shows. And instead of renting one bar stool, which would be like $300, close to $300, $350. I went to Amazon again. A little secret out there. Go to Amazon. I bought 6 stools for $300. So,
and you throw those out too.
We were going.
You throw those out too.
We were going to throw them out. Said that. So, like, all right.
Why didn't you? Here's an interesting thing, because I mean, obviously, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I can recall that, like, because when we ran the Boulevard booth, and Jerry, you had a booth in San Diego too, along with New York. Part of that, like, Freeman, the show Freeman, which operates a lot, I guess, the furniture rental in a lot of these convention centers. Even Freeman's also in San Diego. You can rent like extra tables, you can rent extra chairs, you can rent display stuff, but it's actually cheaper to buy it. From, like, we'd go to the Office Depot, or I'd buy stuff from Costco or whatever beforehand, because a lot of these companies, if you think about it, if you bring your own stuff, you have to pay for the shipping. You have to then pay for shipping to, pay for shipping back, pay for storage in between shows.
Right.
And so that's why they charge the rentals are so high, because it's just like under the cusp of, like, if you were to do all of that yourself. So sometimes I remember Jerry would buy these shelves from Office Depot, and then you would just leave them. I'm like, yo, you're throwing them out? So my studio now has all Jerry Epic Props shelving, because I put them in my car and drove them home afterwards. But you'd be surprised, like, how much stuff. I was just gonna say, like, because Jeff, drew on his table, right? And I think he sold it on the table mat. If you guys ever thought about, like, Fletch, since you guys are gonna throw some of the stuff away, have the artist sketch on it, and then they can sell it, and you can kind of recoup some of the costs. Has that been ever factored in? Whoops. I think I lost those guys. Hold on a sec. The Discord quit on me. Let me, I don't know what's up with the Discord.
privilege. You could
All right, guys.
tap.
Hello?
Hey.
We're back.
Yeah, you're off that Team Mint Mobile plan, right?
Cricket.
Cricket.
There was an ad. There was an ad in the newspaper every week I get in the mail. So, along with the supermarket ads.
Last thing we heard from you was about Jerry throwing
out.
Yeah, so Jerry would throw out his shelving, and so now I have like in my studio at home is all Epic Prop shelving from a couple of San Diego's.
And
Yeah.
and Eric Nakamura from Giant Robot took a bunch of them. And then I remember after 1 year, he was like, dude, I can't take anymore. He's like, I got too much of this stuff now.
Yeah, because it's like 20, like 30, 40, $50 at Office Depot for, one set of shelving. But it would be like $200 or $300 if you were to rent it from the convention center. So, but I was going to ask you, Fletch, have you guys, oh, fuck, you guys are off again. Hold on, guys. Hello? All right, we're back. We're back. I was gonna ask Fletch. Have you factored in maybe possibility of having some of the artists at your specific booths draw on them, and then either auction off the furniture or sell them to recoup some of the costs?
Auction off the furniture. The only thing that we really paid for, really, I mean, we rent counter high tables because it doesn't make sense, sense to buy it and ship it, like you said before. The artists at the Ghost Machine booth, I know they drew on the tables themselves, and they just they cut out the drawings afterwards and kept them.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is the Discord is acting up. We're being sabotaged. Hello? We're back. It keeps
Yep.
Discord keeps quitting. The other thing is, have you thought about also putting together a list of stuff that you can like either sell or give away to local guys afterwards? Because it seems like a waste.
Yeah. Well, this was nobody's gonna want to use the old padding again. I mean, it's right. The only thing I was thinking about was if you do that with like a TV, it actually costs less for you to buy a TV from Best Buy and just walk it in than it is to rent from Freeman. The only thing you're getting is a service that comes, right?
Do you guys know why the Discord keeps quitting? Discord keeps crashing. Now it's not even starting up. All right, we might have to. All right, Discord's back on.
They do. They give away free stuff like TVs all the time.
All right.
Hey, Bernard.
All right, we're back. Discord keeps crashing. I might have to use my phone. If it crashes one more time, I'm going to sign on through my phone.
Okay.
But,
yeah, all crazy stuff.
So you were saying it's actually cheaper to buy a TV and bring it in.
Buy a TV, go to Best Buy, buy a TV, bring it in, and then, give it away at the end.
Yeah. Like auction it off.
Yeah.
Or like raffle it off.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah. You guys gave away a TV? Why didn't you tell us?
I don't even have a TV. I'd take it. I'm here in San Diego.
Hey, I live here, so hey, I can
raffle the TV. Give it to your Jimbo. Jamie Odell was there. Oh, shoot. All right. Okay, hold on. All right. Hello? All right. Why is this not on speaker? Wait, hold on. Okay, hello?
Hey,
Can you guys hear them? Chat, can you hear?
hi everyone. Can you hear us?
It's a little choppy. I gotta re-update the OBS or something. But the Discord keeps crashing, so I don't know if it's because my OS is too old, or I mean, I'm running. What am I running here? I'm still running Catalina.
Well, what? Was that like two updates ago?
I don't know. It's old, but maybe that's why the Discord keeps crashing.
Why don't you like to update? You don't like to update the software for
Well,
the system?
I don't know if my computer handle the new upgrade.
Oh,
It's a 2017 iMac.
I think I have a 2017, and I'm good.
Oh, so you can run. What's the latest one?
Whichever the latest one I got. How much room of storage you have, memory space that you could, run and download any updates.
All right. Wow. Any other loading unloading stories?
No, Bernard. How often do you back up your hard drive?
It's mostly backed up. Anytime I have a new book or I finish a new issue, I'll put it onto another hard drive. But
after you back up, just see about upgrading your, getting the latest program.
I mean, last week I talked about getting a new computer, but
at this point, Black Friday.
Well, the thing is, like, I like this 27-inch iMac. They don't make the 27-inch anymore. Jerry has a 24. He said it's okay. But I'm thinking about getting a used 27-inch. But from like this, since this is 2017, getting one that's like 2020 or 2021, whatever last year that they made the 27-inch.
Right.
And then that should last me for another, 3 or 4 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Whenever I upgrade latest, I just be cheaper a little bit for at least 8 years or so. But
yeah. Otherwise, the other plan is to get an M1 or M2, like a Mac Mini, and then get a monitor that's 27-inch.
That's what I have, actually.
Yeah, because I have a Mac Mini on my other setup, but it was the first M1 Mac Mini, and it's okay, but it gets glitches every now and then. So sometimes the monitor doesn't work. I have to replug it, unplug, replug.
My buddy who works in the industry says that you should get the M2. If you're ready to upgrade, you don't need to get the M3. So the M3 is not that much a difference maker.
Okay.
The M2 is much more stable one, but enough of a jump that it makes.
All right. Sean, do you have any other? Is Sean still on, or did he get off?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your recap on the show, Sean?
I was waiting for your recap, but I actually didn't see you guys all. I think one thing people don't know about artists is like I can only do 5 commissions a day, and then when the show opens on Thursday,
a bunch of people will line up for commissions, and then those 5 slots are filled, and I struggle to finish them. And while I like meeting people, I like talking, I like promoting my book and everything, I'm also okay if no one shows up, because I get really anxious when I'm not able to draw, and I'm afraid that I'm going to have to return the money and something failed, or the drawing will come out really bad because I'm distracted. So it's strange that you can do a show like New York Comic Con, there might be like a few hundred artists there, and we will do well because so many people come through the door. And if I do it like a store appearance and there's 3 other artists, and then maybe 10 people show up that day, I still make the same amount of money, and I still get the same amount of work done. So I was kind of hidden away at the Hot Flips booth, and I think everyone else was hating it because we were kind of off to the side. But then again, I was like, hey, I got 5 commissions to do, and then we're just kind of, it's just quiet here.
Who else was at the Hot Flips booth with you then?
I was there with Phil Ressert, who does that tragedy book, but then also this artist named V. Ken Marion. I'm not sure if you know him.
Oh yeah, VK went to Pratt.
Oh yeah, so he did talk about going to Pratt. So yeah, he was a lot more popular than I thought. Like people were just coming by, including Ace came by a lot.
Yep.
And he was like right in front of me talking to the other guy. So,
He didn't say hello to you?
oh yeah, he did. Yeah, we talked. I looked at his work. Yeah, he didn't have anything really finished because we had to redo a lot of it, like a few days before the show.
Yeah.
I was impressed he got as much done as he did, though.
Yeah, that guy really grinds. I mean, it's usually hard to get young people to actually focus on and do this stuff, but he seems like he'll take direction. And
here comes young bashing again.
Yes.
Yeah, because he took because we reviewed his pages on stream. If you guys want to watch, you can watch the older shows on YouTube. We have them saved there. We went over Ace's portfolio, I think 2 or 3 streams ago. And then the pages that he showed were actually re-revised. So there was another step in between the stream and what he had. So it's good that he's able to adjust and make the revisions.
That was a good episode. I missed it because I was sick, but I watched it on YouTube, and you guys all gave really good advice to assist him while I was like taking notes. So if anybody didn't see it, I recommend it.
Well, thank you, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, anything else? Do you have any like celebrity run-ins or?
Well, I saw Gozador came out. You saw her, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who? And Gozer.
She's in the chat every now and then.
Oh.
Does she go by Gozer? Is that what she goes by?
That's
Yeah,
her.
I think that's her real name.
No, that's her like pen name kind of.
Yeah, it's probably like an anime character.
By the way, Fletch, are you looking for any interns?
Maybe for 2020. I'm trying to figure out a way to scale up, and yeah, well, let's talk off stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking to people in chat.
Oh.
I'm accepting $50 application fees to join Fletch Forward. You can send me the PayPal or Venmo, $50. Send me your CV, and then I'll review it, and then pass it on to Fletch.
After that scintillating conversation we had on drayage or storage fees, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of applications.
Yeah.
Hey, I was surprised at the Hot Flips booth too that they were hosting signings. I know the one downstairs, the Hot Flips station downstairs, they had Billy Tucci and a few other artists.
Is there Rob Liefeld down there too? And Hot Flips.
No, but it wouldn't surprise me. But it just it was weird to see that from. I like Hot Flips. I like the guy who runs it, but it was definitely different. Did they do that before last year?
They actually put on their own shows in Long Island, so they have a whole convention of their own. It's It's so strange. I mean, they make these plastic sleeves that hold artwork and comics.
Yeah.
But so I think it to be so big that they can actually sponsor like Artist Alley and
Oh,
put on their own shows.
that's Hot Flips on the Artist Alley where they're selling the plastic
Yeah.
sleeves. Oh,
Yeah.
Sean, did they give you any free plastic sleeves?
Oh, I mean, I didn't want any, but I'm sure they would have.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I like the guy who owns it. Jeff.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Really good guy. But yeah, I wasn't sure. Had they done signings before last year too at their booth? I was taken back, like, oh, this is interesting. But,
Yeah, I think they did, but yeah, they're doing more and more. So yeah, they were really nice. I don't think I'd be able to get a table in Artist Alley. So they and I was kind of like a last minute thing, so they offered, and it was great for me. So
yeah, cool.
What would you guys say was the biggest news coming out of New York Comic Con?
Fighting over Peach Momoko.
There was another Peach Momoko fight?
Wasn't there?
That was last year.
A Todd McFarlane cover.
Was there really?
Yeah, she did a Todd McFarlane cover, and then a fight broke out trying to get that exclusive cover. I mean, like punches thrown. Yeah. So this is like the second time she's caused that. I think she's the problem right there. I think.
No, but it wasn't on her line, right? That was at Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, it was Todd McFarlane. Yeah, but it was over her cover. I mean, people just love her exclusive so much they just have to have it.
They're very passionate and passionate.
Yeah.
Or passionate resellers.
Yeah, that's it. It makes quite a lot. Yeah.
I think the big news. Well, the thing I saw I really haven't been watching, but it was the James Gunn stuff. For me, it's all DC, related, I guess.
What was the James Gunn stuff? I went to the Jim Lee and Friends panel.
Yeah, James Gunn was there to promote Creepers and all this stuff coming out, so he made a surprise appearance. But it wasn't that much of a surprise. People were expecting him. He hasn't really done much promoting of Creature Commandos, which comes out in December. And also, Vertigo is coming back too, so that was, you didn't want Vertigo to actually bring it back.
So Vertigo is back as a DC imprint for creator owned.
Creator owned this time?
I think DC imprint. I'm not sure about the creator owned one, but
is there someone heading it up?
Well, I know that James Tinian's House on the Lake will be one of the first books with the new Vertigo imprint.
Yeah. What was the name of it? The Nothing on the House?
Nice
House on the Lake. So Nice House on the Lake.
Books of the year.
Yeah, so Nice House on the Lake is going to be the flagship title for Vertigo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on the trade paperback, or
well deserved. Yeah, well deserved.
And
really good book.
They handed out. Shoot, I don't have. I actually have that book, so let's give that away, and then we'll get out of here.
You should read it.
Well, I want to read it first, and then I'll give it away.
Now it's worth more because you read it. Now, was it touched by Jeff Darrow? You can raise the price even more.
I think there's Jeff Darrow Saliva.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me go get it. It's downstairs.
It's really good art too. Darrow,
amazing artwork. Yeah, amazing. And is it going to be like a streaming series too, or a movie?
There are talks about that, but there's a sequel, Night House on a. Yeah. So it's middle of coming out too. Yeah, it's hard to keep up.
Keep talking.
Sean, did you see anybody else from the stream?
Geez, no, I don't think so. I mean, I think I saw Gozer and Ace.
Saw Jamie Odell, James Quo, Gozer, Ace. Who else was there? Poot Kid.
Oh yeah, I saw Poot Kid. Yeah, I saw him too. Yeah.
Crispy Egg Roll actually came to our store like the week, like a couple days before the show started.
wow, maybe your store is going to take place if any comic book store is closed down. They're just going to use your store as the third place. You know, third place, there's your home, and then there's your work, and then the third place is where you hang out. It's like, you know, Central Perk and Friends.
Jerry, Jerry's store. You've had like signings there and everything too, right?
No, it's just...
You never had signings there? I thought you had like events.
Do it. I mean, if Hot Flips can do their own signings, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Jerry, if you're interested, I'll help you plan out those events.
Yeah, see, you gotta do it. You gotta have Jeff friggin' Darrow from France there.
Gotta figure out where to put the money, though, but yeah.
And Jeff Darrow will get Frank Miller there, and then before you know it, it's going to be the hot spot. It's going to be comic mecca of New York. Not interested?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't find it. Well, I can't find it. It's in a must be in another suitcase somewhere. Anyways, it's the New York Comic Con limited edition. Nice House on the Lake #1.
Oh wow! You didn't go on eBay to see what it's worth?
Let's look right now.
But you're still giving it away.
Oh, we're gonna give it away to we're gonna give it away to someone in chat.
Yeah, well, lucky you guys. See.
And the thing is, it's the first issue that has the Vertigo.
Walking DC logo, DC Vertigo logo.
Yeah. So and it says a New York Comic Con exclusive on it. So I think I have it.
You gave me one.
Oh.
It's from $39 to $100 on eBay.
Wow, $100. And someone in chat gets that, and we just might as well just give them a $100 bill just for showing up here.
All right. If I still have it.
Oh my god.
He tried to stuff it in Jeff Darrow's bag, and he got stopped in France.
Possibly. Here's the let me pull it up so you guys can see in chat, and then we'll get out of here. Can you guys see this on the stream? So $55, $50, 39. Let's see. You know, you got to check the completed. Let's see if there's any that's been completed. That way, you know that it's $45, $50. How much is the Peach Momoko Spawn? Is it a Spawn cover?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's a Spawn cover.
$500. Wow.
500. Damn.
Well, it's a 9.8. 9.8 is 500. 310.
Wait, how did they get it graded already? Did it just come out?
There was a CGC. Wasn't there a CGC at the show?
Yeah, but they don't grade it right there, do they?
I don't know. Yeah, I would think so. They had a pretty big booth. Here is $250 sold, $299 signed. Signed by Todd McFarlane. $300. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I would punch somebody out for $300. I mean, what do you guys think of the Shohei 50-50 ball?
Well, there's a fight for that, but.
What about the? How much was the Jim Lee Hush? Hush 2.
Was there a preview? There was a Mondo print that Jim was signing.
Yeah, how much is that going for? Does it say? No. All right. Okay, let's see in chat. Who wants to? Who should I ask? Who wants to win it? Who wants to win the nice house? Jerry, give me text me a number between 1 and 100. Jay Dang was there. We saw Jay Dang.
Yes, Jimmy Dang. He made it from the West Coast?
How's the family? He took the. He's been there the last couple years.
Oh, I think he mentioned it.
Jay Dang's been traveling a lot. All right, chat. Between what? Type in a number between 1 and 100. This is open to everybody. If I still have it. If I don't have it, then you're gonna win nothing. We'll try to hook you up with something.
Out, and a year from now, you still don't get anything shipped to you. It might be something. It might be nothing.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, I still have. I gave Jamie Odell a piece of artwork I owed him. He actually got the Captain America. So, the Captain America character sketch.
I think I remember that one.
Who else is in chat? I know some people don't want to guess because they know they're not going to get it. Like, literally, I'm never going to ship it. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So, what else? Hush 2. Hush 2. I thought that was the biggest announcement at the show. Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb, Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair, and even the letterer from the regular Hush, the original Hush. So that's gonna.
The letters get no respect. Even the letterer.
Yeah, I forgot. Is it Starkings? I don't think it was Starkings.
Starkings, yeah.
It was?
I think so.
Oh. So they're getting the gang back together, and that's coming out in March as the part of the regular Batman run. So they're taking over the regular Batman book for 6 months. 5 months or 6 months. And then I can start talking about my stuff because I have a Captain America book that I was drawing during the summer. That's coming out in February. I have a Power Man limited series that's coming out in February through Marvel. And then I have a creator-owned book called Blood Train with Adam Glass.
Oh, that was announced?
Also coming out in February. So,
wow. You worked on all at the same time?
All at the all at the same time. Yeah, quite literally, all at the same time. That's why I'm so stressed out.
Which Power Man are you doing? Are you doing the Silk Shirt Power Man or the new Shaved Head Power Man?
It's actually a new Power Man from the future. So it's timeless Power Man, where Power Man in the future he actually has the powers of the Hulk, the Sentry, Iron Fist, and Power Man all in one. And then, thank you, Jimbo. And so he comes back to Earth, or our time. And so
who's writing it?
Jackson Lanning and Colin.
Yeah.
Why you put me on the spot here?
You don't know. You don't care.
Colin Dunn? Colin. Jackson and Colin. That's just I call him. JC.
Colin?
I actually met with...
They teamed up. They they've teamed up before. They're a writing team that's done
Yeah,
work
yeah.
in DC.
Yeah. They actually wrote the initial Timeless book issue. So Old Man, Power Man, and thank you, Jimbo. And so I actually met with them a few weeks ago in LA, and very exciting guys. They're like just to watch them go back and forth is very interesting. It's very entertaining. Jackson has a lot of Jackson Lansing, yes, has a lot of energy, and Colin is kind of like very a little bit more laid back. So it's interesting to see the two of them, co-create and co-write. So I'm working on that book right now, and
who's writing the Captain America book?
Captain America book was J. Michael Straczynski.
Oh, okay.
So he actually wrote a series of, I think, 6 different kind of a Marvel team up or Marvel duo. That's what they're calling it. So there's a set of each issue is oversized. I forgot how many pages mine was. It was a lot. It was like 30 something, 40 pages, 30 something pages.
And it was your first time working with JMS?
Yeah. And so that was a one shot. And that's being colored by Marcello. So
nice.
It should be good. Captain America teams up with Volstagg, who's one of the Warriors 3.
Yeah.
So I guess
Jackson,
that's it.
Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly.
Colin Kelly, right? Yes. Jerry, any other last words about New York Comic Con?
I think that's about it, right? Did you have any announcements? Like, I thought you were going to announce some things.
What am I announcing?
Yeah, it seems a little early, but I mean, they showed some stuff, so I mean, it's just too early. I feel weird talking about it already.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
I did an Ultraman card.
Has it been announced? Courtney, you have any plugs?
No, I have no plugs.
Oh, thank you.
Hair plugs.
I do have hair plugs, though.
Oh, that's how you do it. You have that comic book hair.
I do. Gotta get them. It's starting to fall out every couple of years. You just gotta. They're gonna go longer and more like an afro style next time. Yeah.
You can have an afro.
To match the bush.
What? Courtney, you should have started the stream off with that news. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so upset.
I will gladly take any of the conversations to the potty room to make you feel better, Bernard. Anytime.
Thank you. Blues Boy asked, does a writer get to pick the artist? Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. The artist never picks the writer, though.
Yeah, I think both of these I was picked by the editors. So it wasn't that they had a choice. The writers didn't have a choice in this. I think it was the editors that had picked me. And I don't know, they might be regretting it. So who knows? Okay, let's go back to the numbers. Jerry picked a number, so I would have thought, guys in chat would know Jerry by now.
It's very predictable.
Nobody got it. I didn't see any 69s. No, it wasn't 69. I didn't see 88. No 88.
86 is a very good guess.
86? Yeah. Who guessed 86? Proton Factories.
Proton Factories.
So the number, where's Lurky Lurk? Is he here today? We gotta lock it up.
Did you find the Sinky or anything?
Oh, okay, Kevin. That was there was no sink urinator this year. Actually, the restroom was very clean. It's very clean, and
Oh, yeah. Actually, let me mention something though. Like every time I went to the bathroom, it's very common now to always have a female in the men's room. Like there'll be 3 or 4 women in line for in the men's room.
Wow.
New York, you do your business right in front of them.
I don't know if New York Comic Con does the first year they're doing it, but it's all gender bathrooms now. I think it's time, where it says it's not just a men's room or a female, it's an all gender bathroom.
Oh, really? Okay. So that means you can go into the women's room?
Theoretically, yeah.
I think I would rather go into the women's room.
Because there's everybody goes in stalls and close them.
Yeah, well.
So if I saw a guy go, obviously that's odd, but.
I mean, Courtney, how are the toilets in the women's room? I'm assuming they would be clean.
They're nasty.
I heard that they are not.
Women are gross
because they clean their toilets at home.
You know what? Both men and women are gross. I grew up with brothers.
Look, because in the men's room, I mean, you have the urinals, but guys also pee in the toilets. And then what happens is, a lot of people don't have good aim, so like the pee's like everywhere.
Yeah. So I think girls have less blowouts, I would say.
Yeah.
And then we don't usually, unless somebody you can see a girl who's like, I'm not sitting on that toilet and tries to hover and then ends up peeing places. Or sometimes people bring their children in and you'll be like, oh, there's probably a small child that.
One uses the urinal, which is I'm still trying to picture.
So it's like a semi-squat, like a half squat, and then it just kind of goes where it goes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's
look.
Like a sprinkler. I don't know how women work there.
All right, let's get that.
Very small, little, tiny penis.
Let's go.
That's what it is.
Let's get right down to it. All right, I need to know each of your public restroom techniques. So what I do is, hello? Did I lose everyone?
I think so.
What I do is generally if I have to do number 2, right? I'll get a piece of tissue and I'll wipe the seat as clean as I can first.
Yeah.
And then I'll put a piece of tissue down on the 2, leg areas. And then I'll sit on the toilet seat and do my business. Right? But
you don't put it on the middle part so that your pee-pee doesn't touch it.
Yes.
No, it's not big enough to touch the. Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking? Middle part because
the slump gap.
Yeah, in between your legs.
It's gross thing when because I don't know if you guys didn't know that I don't have a dick, but it's like I heard guys when they go doo-doo it splashes back on them.
Yeah.
That is possibly the worst thing I've ever learned, and I think I learned that only a few months ago.
What?
What? A lot of times you fill the bowl with pee and then you poop and then it splashes. That splashes on you.
Yeah.
Let me ask the guys. So, do you guys do elephant trunk or horsetail when you wipe? Elephant trunk, maybe you wipe from back to front, or horsetail is front to back.
You're supposed to do front to back. That's what every doctor says.
Front to back.
To avoid the UTI, right?
Yeah. Well, for women, especially.
Yeah. Dr. Midnight says when he was 19, he cleaned bathrooms in a supermarket, and women's bathroom is worse more often.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Surprising.
Because they're flushing tampons down there and stuff.
I think it's a rare occasion you see a real bloody mess. But anything public, it's been a while. Public bathrooms are questionable. Period.
Well, I heard it's because they're responsible for cleaning that at home. So when they go out, it's I don't gotta clean this one.
Nah, I don't think that's ever. I can't.
Who always says, "This is why I eat well before visiting this stream."
Yeah, I mean, well, Jay Dang's a doctor, you know, so are we doing things sanitary wise? Is there anything that we should be doing?
Bernard, I'm with you. I do what you do. If you're, wipe the seat first with toilet paper.
Yeah.
Put the seat cover down.
Everyone does that. Of course you do. I mean, you have to.
Well,
Dude, I know some people, because you can hear it, and I know some people just don't go, they raw dog the toilet seat. 100%.
yeah, that's just disgusting. I mean, lastly, the last part is you have to be careful when you're wiping, because if you're leaning forward, sometimes the toilet has that flush sensor, and it'll go off like while you're still sitting on the toilet, which is like, that's where you get the backsplash, right? I mean, my biggest fear is like, when I
Is
flush.
that like a bidet then?
Well,
I like and we're every 6.
anyway.
Oh yeah, that makes me have a bad day if that ever happens.
All right.
Yeah, also, I'm with you, Jimbo. You gotta put the toilet paper into the bowl, onto the water, so that there is no splashback.
Oh yeah, so
Oh yeah,
you
you do that.
splash eliminator. Meanwhile, you guys are destroying the environment by using all of this toilet paper just for
How much toilet paper are you using?
It's like in the toilet, on the toilet, around the toilet. Do you actually like make little pads for your feet too?
After I'm done pooping in the public, the toilet is cleaner.
I try not to touch anything. Like if I have to open like the stall, like I'll take a little toilet paper and I'll like touch, even though I'm gonna go wash my hands, I just don't want to touch anything.
I mean, here's the other problem that I have is that after I wipe and I think I'm done, on the last wipe, I always have get like there's another, like a bullet comes into the chamber, and I gotta go number 2 again. So it's like I got a double dump.
because you're hitting your G spot.
I am. I'm hitting. I mean, there's a separate cartridge. There's a separate compartment in there that has like this hiding poop for me. It's the double dump.
That only happens if I'm like sick.
Very frustrating. Okay. Anyways, wait. We didn't go back to the number. Jerry's number was 3. So it looks like Jay Dang won. Jay Dang 17 is the closest.
What was the number?
3 for John Starks. Come on, that was the only
John
other one.
Starks,
Yeah.
man.
Either 69, 88, or 3.
3. John Starks will win the next anything, man. Come on.
Doesn't matter. He dunked on Jordan and Pippen. By the way, who won tonight? The Knicks or the Celtics?
Celtics.
Anybody get hurt?
I don't know. I didn't watch the game, actually.
Okay.
I'm a little emotionally spent after this Mets series. I'm not even kidding. I need a break from TV and sports. Yeah.
So you're not watching the World Series?
No.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
Who's in the World Series?
Dodgers and
there is no World Series. It's over. Baseball ended.
Your Jimbo says rich people on private jets do more damage on one flight than I do in a lifetime with toilet paper use.
That's so true. Fucking rich people.
Oh, here's a good advice. Your Jimbo takes a long piece of toilet paper and puts it over the sensor.
What? Oh my god, that's a life changer.
Yeah, but
numbify yourself with the toilet paper.
For that, you only need a couple of sheets. You need like 2 or 3 sheets. That's it. 2 or 3 squares. So.
Well, how many layers of TP do you put on the toilet seat before you sit on it?
Oh, just 1.
Don't you guys have like one?
Oh, man, I go 3.
3.
3.
One isn't. I mean, if you wipe it down clean enough.
I wipe it down, and then I put one on the water, and I put 3 layers on the toilet seat.
Okay, wait.
What if they have that little liner? You have that cardboard box liner, so you can put that down, and then you poop the flap open, you know?
Yeah, do you ever...
So I put the flap on the water, I put the liner there, and then I'll put like 2 layers, and then the liner on top of it.
Oh, so you actually use the liner from the... if it's available.
You guys don't use a liner?
No.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
I love
waterproof. It's like wax paper.
You feel like deli meat.
Yeah. I'm already using
Dr.
toilet
Midnight
paper.
became a Mets fan?
Don't they have troughs in the baseball games? Yeah, there's like a big trough for the guys. Like they don't have individual urinals.
Yeah. That's so you stand in a trough and you just pee in the trough.
That's so weird. Now, Courtney, have you ever done that before?
But Peter's
In the
no.
trough?
Would I? Yeah. Just
Okay.
I did. I mean, actually, I don't know. I've been dirt bike riding, and there's been times when there's been like pee places. Possibly.
If you walk into a stall and there's already a turd in the toilet, do you flush it or do you just look for another stall?
Another stall.
Yeah. I don't even bother trying to flush it down.
I don't like a fresh bowl.
Okay.
If the other stalls are taken, though, you have to flush it, right?
It depends on how messy it is, because I don't know.
Well, you can look at it as like being kind of kinky, you know?
What was that, Sean?
It's kind of kinky in a way, you know? With
No,
like P. Diddy type thing, you know?
All right, let's raid somebody. Can we raid somebody?
Do they want us in their room? We raid?
Probably not.
Keep that filth in your own state.
This thing actually now, when you raid, it gives you like an option of looking at people's streams. There's a lot of booby drawings. I see a lot of like anime girls with big boobies.
Yep, that's all of them.
Oh, Kobe Shibi. Cody's on. Did we raid Cody?
Do it.
All right,
Yeah, I
well,
haven't seen that in a while.
guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for talking me down from a ledge, from a volcano. I was about to erupt earlier. That's what you got friends for. That's what friends are for. So thank you, guys.
Keep shining.
And that's what I was thinking too.
So, all right, we're gonna raid Cody. Any last words? Go follow Jeff Darrow, but Jeff Darrow's not on any social media, is he?
Only Facebook.
Yeah.
He uses the name Jeffrey Clare.
Oh.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys. Raid now. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Let's see if we're going. Did we raid?